So I want to ask you a question, love of my life.
Sure.
Do you believe Richards, going in and bitching and complaining because he breached his contract and the LA Kings are trying to say, fuck it, we have no contract. You think he's doing this just so he can mitigate and get some cash? Because I've talked to some insiders. I'm not going to divulge my information, but he's breached it, and there is incredible evidence that he's done with the contract.
Well, if he's breached it, and we don't know what the hell he did, but if he's breached it, obviously the Kings don't have to pay. But for him to file a grievance with the NHL Players Association, he doesn't believe that he breached it. So,
well, but he would do that either way. Let's say he breached it for real. So, hypothetically, let's say he breached it for real. He would still go to the Players Association, yes or no?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say yes, Frank.
You think so, Billy?
Yeah, that's part of having the Players Association. You have to grieve it in hopes that they buy the grieve. But Phil, you were there when Donnie Murdoch came through Toronto with a boatload of drugs in his luggage.
Well, he had 4 or 5 joints, apparently.
Oh, was it? Okay, so he wasn't on the hard drug. Because I wondered, he got off of that. He didn't get charged.
He got 40 games.
Oh, he got 40 games, yeah. But, I mean, he
got
didn't get
40
his contract.
games. And then he came back when Donnie Maloney came up in 79, and they put Donnie Murdoch with me and Donnie Maloney on the line. Freddie Shiro did. And we went wild after that. We really did. But Donnie Murdoch swears up and down that he did not. Somebody put the four joints in his sock. Now that could be true. That could not be true. I don't know. But it's over with, and that's how he got it. Now I have no idea what Richards did, and for them to try to get out of what is it, $20-some million, isn't it?
It's huge. It's huge. I'll give you the exact. I got it in front of me. Just give me one second. The association terminated the contract. It's a $22 million US left on his contract. By terminating the deal, the Kings get out from the final 5 seasons. The average annual value of is $5.75 million US per season. The total contract was $69 million US, 12-year contract without a cap penalty.
Right. Now, Billy, you know the standard players contract as well as I do. There are certain things in there that you cannot do, and if you do them, you breach it. So,
the contract becomes null and void.
Exactly. If he's done any of those things, then the Kings have a legitimate breach with that. And I think what will happen...
They got a legitimate exit. That's the word you were looking for.
Yeah, okay. That's the word. But I think them going to the Players Association, there'll be some sort of a settlement. Do you agree, Bill?
100%, Phil. That's what I said before you came on. I think that was his resort, right? And the Players Association say, look, it's a big contract. It's not $14.15, right? It's a big contract. Yeah. Give him a bone. So, in poor words, okay, in layman's terms, if they go to court, it's going to cost the LA Kings, let's say, $5-6 million in legal fees. It'll cost him the same. I'm sure the Players Association will fork the bill because that's why they pay union dues, right? Yeah. I'm sure they'll come to terms where say, listen, we'll give you X amount of dollars, fuck off.
That's what's probably going to happen, I guess.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing, right? He's trying to get some money, and somebody's going to take him because he's a great player. I mean, he is an incredible player. Something's wrong with him right now.
Well, here's the problem. If it's a breach of contract, LA does not have to pay him anything, and they get out from under years of 5.75 cap hit. So,
exactly.
I'm telling you right now, Billy, I'm sure that the LA Kings will pay $6 million to get rid of him.
No, but Frank, he has to admit to breaching in order for the breach.
Well, technically he doesn't. If they come to some sort of agreement, they'll throw the contract in the garbage. I don't think he has to. I'm talking on a business side. On the hockey side, you guys know way better than me. On a business side, if there's a breach of contract and there's some sort of arbitration, or you're going to sue the other person who's trying to eliminate the contract that you guys signed, if you come to terms, then nobody has to admit wrong or right.
Well,
you follow what I'm saying to you? You come to terms, you say it's over, it's done with, and nobody admits the fuck all.
Well, there's only one problem there, and that's the definition of a breach of contract. If it's a breach.
But right now, the LA Kings, that is the horse that they're riding. That's the hat they're hanging on, that there's a breach, and they're telling them to fuck off. And he is going to the union to say, guys, you got to help me here.
Yeah, well, that's true. If they, but you have to, if they're going to get out from under the cap hit, which was big, they can pay all the money they want to do that. But by definition,
but I don't know what the regulations are in the NHL. But right now, the LA Kings have had enough of him.
Frank, you read the regulations. If it's a breach, you get out from under the cap hit.
Yep.
So either breached or he hasn't. If they make a deal, he has to admit that he's breached, and then they make a financial deal, and he walks away. That's the only way.
I don't think he has to admit that he breached it. I think that they can come. I'm pretty sure that there's a paragraph where both parties can come to terms where they can abolish the contract, annihilate it, right? If they come to an agreement, which supersedes the breach.
Well, Frank, under the cap system, you cannot do that. So that's...
Okay, then I'm wrong, and you're right.
We'll get around that.
He has to admit that there's a breach and they came to a settlement. Then I'm wrong.
Yeah, well, I know this.
Talking about a business contract. In a business contract, there's always a paragraph that's an exit if it's mutually agreed by both people on some sort of term.
I agree with you 100%. But Frank, this is the cap system, and it's
right.
The system to a T.
Hey, I'm wrong. Then you're correct, and I'm not going to argue. I gave you the business side, and I gave you a disclaimer before I fucking talked that you guys know way more about hockey than I do when it comes to that.
Well, all I'm saying is that their biggest challenge is to make a deal and not admit that it's a breach. And that's if they can get around.
I think that if you're, and you are correct, and I believe you 100%. I think that the best thing is for Mr. Richards, and and if he can hear me, and if he's listening to me, I think you're a magnificent hockey player, dude. I think you're spectacular. Get your shit together. Stop fucking around. You have what 1 billion people in the world wish they had. You got talent. The LA Kings saw that, and you fucked it up all by yourself. You are your own worst enemy. Get your shit together and bring value to your own soul.
Well, it's nice of you to say, Frank, and it's heartwarming, but he is now a felon.
He'll work it out, but he is a great hockey player. Phil Esposito, you have a great eye, and so does Billy. I mean, you guys are equal. I mean, Bill was an agent. Is this guy not fucking talented when he plays?
Well, let me put it this way. When he was playing with the Flyers and became the captain, I thought he was going to be their next Bobby Clark. I did. I thought he was a terrific leader.
That's a great analogy.
A good player. He wasn't going to score you 40 goals, but he was going to be a leader, and he was going to be a real good player. Yeah. And he went to the Los Angeles Kings. He did okay in the beginning, got this big contract, and you said it. He went fucking haywire. Somewhere along the line, he went haywire.
Phil, you missed 1 year. He and Carter lived downtown in Philly for one season, and at the end of that
that's why they both got traded.
Both got traded.
Yep, you're right, Billy. I forgot about that.
Hamlet Richards continued to play. Not hockey.
Yep, and I think Carter found his way.
Yeah, Carter got it. And I don't blame either one of them. Mike Richards did.
I love both of them. And you guys are very perceptive, and you guys are brilliant. Carter and Richards were phenomenal, great, magnificent players. And sometimes we're all human beings, and it's easy to judge, and it's easy to talk out of your fucking ass. We all sometimes lose our way.